Hi everyone. So this video was supposed to be a nice swatch video because I just received the CND Shellac collection from Beyond Polish, the new fall 2023 Upcycle Chic collection. But when I started swatching it, it kind of became more of a how I do my own CND Shellac video because I don't actually do my nails with a color that often, especially with shellac. It's usually just a clear nail polish. And I'm a nail technician, so I do other people's nails. And so it's a little bit different. The application is a little bit different when I do it on myself compared to when I do it on other people. So I didn't have a model this time, so I figured like I'm gonna do it on my nails. And it didn't really go over so well. But I figured, you know what, this might be actually very helpful for people that are doing their own nails with CND Shellac. So I thought, you know what, could be helpful, right? So let's look at the colors. By the way, when I first saw the colors, I was not super excited, but they are actually quite interesting, I have to say. So this color has this, I don't even know what it is. It's like little specks of almost like a black glitter, but it's not glittery in the nail polish. So it has a bit of a texture, but when you apply two coats and then when you apply the top coat, it actually ends up looking very smooth. So it's, like I said, it's a little bit more difficult when I do my own nails, but I think the color is going to go on very evenly in two coats. And I'm actually very curious what you think about this finish. This is first for CND Shellac to come up with this type of color or texture. So I'm just very, very curious what you think about it and if you are going to purchase this color because it's very different. So as you can see, CND Shellac or just generally gel polishes are applied much thinner. Although they look like they would be applied just like a nail polish, they really are not. So when you see me apply the CND Shellac, you see that I put much more pressure on the brush and I go over the same area many more times, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that the product is applied very thin and I'm stretching it almost, trying to make sure that the application is very even and as thin as I can. So the first coat of color, it is supposed to be a little bit translucent. As long as it's still a little translucent, but it's applied nice and evenly, the second coat usually covers. Obviously, if this is opaque color, if it's sheer color, then it's not going to cover. The second color that I used here, it's called a Leather Goods. And it is a very nice brown, actually. So I don't know if you guys remember, there was one of the videos that I did about the most ugly shellac colors or something like that. Anyway, so one of them was a brown that my client said that her husband said it was looking a little poopy. So so I'm very happy to report that this one is very chocolatey. It's not poopy at all. It's very nice and chocolatey. It's a very, very nice brown. Someone had asked me how this color compares to Fedora. Fedora actually was one of the colors from the first collection of CND Shellac. So Fedora is much more purple. It looks brown, but it's a cool brown. It's purple, and this one is a very neutral brown. It's actually very, very good brown, and it covers very, very well in two coats. And I'm very happy to have this color for sure. As you can see here, I figured, you know what, I'm going to show you how I apply the base coat, because the base coat, again, it's applied different than the nail polish. I find that when people are used to applying nail polish, they don't put enough pressure on the brush and they don't wrap the sides or the free edges as well. Like you really, with shellac, because it's a thicker product, it doesn't like flow into the nail. You have to press it down, I find, to be much more effective. And as you can see, I look at the nail from various different angles to see if the surface is covered properly and if it's applied evenly. The next color is called What's Old is Blue Again. And here I'm showing you how I actually pick up the polish and how much of the polish I use, very small amount. So the first coat of this color was quite sheer, which scared me a little bit, I have to say, but no worries. The second coat covered well. And as you can see here, all my angles of how I applied the polish. So it's a little bit obviously difficult to film. It's not the best, you know, quality video that way, but I think it might be useful for people that are actually doing their own CND Shellac. And by the way, each brand of gel polishes is slightly different. So I really do suggest, if you are using gel polish or any enhancement product, make sure that you receive brand specific training, because truly each brand has their own little intricate differences, and it's much better if you learn those things from the company that is making the product. See how I'm pulling the skin away to make sure that it's nicely applied without missing any areas. And the sides are very, very important, and the free edge is very, very important, because if those areas are not covered with the base coat, then the product is not going to stick. And here I got a little bit on the skin, so I'm going to wipe it away with the orange wood stick. Rags to stitches. So this color went on, I have to say, a little lumpy. As you can see here, I don't know what it is. Many times when the bottle is brand new, the product goes on a little lumpy and then it looks fine, as you can see here. But I shook the product 3 times actually, so I don't know what's going on with this color, but it cured well. It didn't look lumpy after, so I don't know. Just make sure that you shake it really well. And here's how I wrap the free edges. So what I do normally is I apply the first coat of color, I flash cure it, meaning I just put it under the light for a few seconds until it sets. It's not cured, but it's set. And then I add just a little bit of gel, and as you can see, tiniest amount just on the free edge. And by the way, when I'm doing my nails, it's actually would be very, very difficult to polish all the nails, especially 10. No way I would do that. But even all 5 nails and then cure it, because you are moving your hands so much that it's very risky, because probably you're going to touch one of the nails with your other fingers. So what I suggest is, I know it's time consuming, but curing each nail at the time. So doing 1 nail at a time, as you can see me doing here. Also, as the product goes on and when it's not cured, CND Shellac does it less. Other brands definitely keep moving, but shellac still could move, or especially it could pull away a little bit from the free edge. So I prefer to do 1 nail at a time. So apply the base coat, cure it for 10 seconds as recommended, and then apply the color, cure it for, flash cure it, wrap the free edge, fully cure, and then apply the second coat, fully cure, and then the top coat. For this video, I used the Express 5 top coat. I actually really like it. It's a very nice, very shiny top coat. It works very well for people with very strong and healthy nails. It's a little bit more porous, and I don't like to use the word stronger, but it's a little bit less resilient for sure. And because it is so porous, it tends to sometimes discolor a little bit, especially with the lighter colors. So I don't use that top coat over pastel colors or over light colors or sheer colors, because it can end up looking a little bit dirty, because it will pick up colors from, from your hair color or from jeans or from whatever that you're touching. So darker colors, it's perfectly fine, but lighter colors, I always use the original top coat. As you can see, I'm moving the nail from side to side, and just so I can see how how the line of light looks if the polish is nice and even. And as you can see here, I apply the top coat quite thin and I just keep brushing it so the product goes on nice and even. So once the product is cured properly, I wiped the nails with 99% alcohol, and I do that twice. Now, I had someone on Patreon because I posted this video without any audio because I'm adding the audio later, and I posted this on Patreon. And I had someone ask me why I filed the nails after. So I don't really, as you can see probably, I don't remove a lot. What I'm doing is I just make sure that there was no snags, because you know what, guys, I used to bite my nails and I pick my nails. If there is anything that is uneven, it will drive me crazy. So I just go over the free edges to make sure that there was nothing that will snag. And the last color. So by the way, on camera, this color right now here, it looks a little bit more gray. But in real life, I have to say, because I'm looking at my nail now, I'm going to wear these for a few days. It looks a little bit more between teal and turquoise, but light version of teal and turquoise. This, by the way, the formula of this color is absolutely perfect. It goes on very, very smooth. It's very pigmented, but without being chalky or anything. And I absolutely love the CND Shellac brushes, the new ones. They make the application so much better. So again, as you can see, I'm going over the same surface over and over again just to make sure that it's applied nice and evenly. And here I'm just showing you how much product I'm picking up. It's a thumb, so it's a little bit bigger nail. Normally I would probably use half the amount. Pulling the skin away to make sure I don't touch it. Again, going over the surface just to make sure that it's nice and even. It is really, really important to apply the product thinly and evenly, because the product cures when it's exposed to UV light, and you want to make sure that you expose the product evenly and that the product is exposed thoroughly throughout that whole coat. And if the coating is uneven in some areas, it might not cure properly, and then you will get problems like peeling or chipping. And well, that's cosmetic, but also when the product is not cured properly, and over time you can develop allergic reactions to uncured product. Again, top coat, I showed you how much top coat I'm using. As you can see, there is, I would say, more pressure on the brush than I would use with regular polish. Can you see here? There was a little area that was missing, so I touch it up and then I go over again a full stroke, just so it's nice and even. Okay, and this is how the nails are looking in like a normal, natural light. So you see the blue looks very different in real life and looks different with the bright light. By the way, the orange color, I think this is the only orange color that I can pull off, because normally oranges don't look good on me whatsoever. And this is it for today's video. Please let me know how you like this type of video in the comment section, okay? Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.